3 News Now is looking at ways to help you and area businesses overcome the effects of the pandemic and rebound from them. The travel industry was moved to a near halt when the world was plagued with COVID-19. 3 News Now reporter Ken Lutzen has more on where the industry sits now as vaccines start to roll out.
When the pandemic hit, the world was told to stay home.
Everyone's keeping to themselves a little bit more space than usual.
My company, this is actually the last trip I can take for a while. We're actually doing a travel lockdown.
Nearly a year later, travel is still not advised.
It's going to be at least 2023. Some would say 2024, 2025 before we might see travel at the levels we saw back in 2019.
Kevin O'Malley, CEO of Corporate Travel Management, says their demand dropped 95% since March.
And we sit here in February of 2021 and our demand is still down 85%.
He adds corporate travel, which makes up roughly 80% of CTM's business, remains slow. However, leisure travel is slowly picking back up.
Biggest destinations, I think right now, domestic leads the pack. Most people are staying inside the United States, but certainly Mexico and Caribbean are getting booked a lot as well.
O'Malley says travel companies have worked hard to put in place safety measures like COVID tests and mask mandates to ensure their guests' safety.
Have you heard any rumblings of people, in airlines or cruise ships needing a vaccine card in order to travel?
Yeah, there's a ton of back and forth throughout the industry right now going on what does an immunity passport look like? And the problem I think right now is there's not one standard for how it's going to work.
Big questions remain on immunity cards here in the United States. However, countries like Denmark, Sweden, and the United Kingdom have already developed prototypes. Despite these unknowns, O'Malley has faith the travel industry will pick back up.
People want to get out and see the world. People want to get out and see people. And so travel will return. It's just a matter of how long it takes.
In Omaha, Kent Lutzen, 3 News Now.
In October, Corporate Travel Management bought Omaha-based Travel and Transport for roughly $200 million. The headquarters have remained in Omaha, but O'Malley says there have been furloughs due to the pandemic.